company which is very relevant to a social cause. Or if they are interested in the bottom line, as I said, then you show them the money numbers. Hey, for your $100,000 investment, I'm going to give you 30% rate of return year over year. Okay? So I'm just giving some hypothetical examples as to how you incentivize your audience. Okay? It's either the financial numbers, big dollar signs, what's in there for them, or it's more at the level of ideology or philosophy. What's their philosophy? Does your company or your idea align with their philosophy or ideology? Okay? These are the things when you think of as far as incentives are concerned. Alright. Now, the context. So when you go pitch your ideas, right? You will have one of these three categories. One is the customers. So the way you pitch to a customer is going to be really different from the way you pitch the investor. Because for the customer, you have to tell different things. To the investor, you have to tell different things. And that's true for your partners as well. If you're looking for a viable partner who can run, for example, sales and marketing for your idea, you pitch to him differently. You don't pitch him the same slides. So please don't think that pitching is a one-off task. You do it once and you forget about it. If you're an entrepreneur, you will be pitching all the time. All the time. So don't think that presentation and whatnot, ek bar kar liya, ho gaya. It's a Hindi slang which means once you're done with it. It's not that. You have to do it all the time. Okay? You have to re-prepare your slides based on your audience, and you have to present differently. It's not that you made these slides once and you're done for the day and you're done for your company. You have to keep reinventing yourself based on your audience. Alright, so customer needs. Can someone tell what should you tell your customer? What are they interested in? Right? What are they interested in?
Why they should buy a product.
Why they should buy a product. So, features should be needed by customers, right? What if you build a great product? It's a great product. All the engineering feat you have put in, the coding is excellent. But the features, nobody needed those features. Right? It's worthless, right? They're not going to buy it. They're not going to buy it. Yes, it might give you a little bit of self-confidence that I built such a great product. But if we are in here to make money or create a social impact, that's not going to happen because nobody needed that product to begin with. Right, yes. What other things the customers should know about you or your company?
They should know that, like, if they would see the product and see if it's good, and they might give some feedback to you, and you would upgrade it, and then more people will do it again, and your upgrade is more and more.
Okay.
So that the demand will get higher and higher, and the most profit.
Okay, so his point is a very good point. His point is that you make revisions based on the feedback from the customers. It's a very, very important point because more often than not, the techies think, hey, I'm a real, cool dude. I can write really beautiful code. Let me just design what I feel is a great thing to design. And without any feedback from the customers, without going back to them and checking, hey, what do you guys really need, right? The products are just going to bomb. Nobody's going to buy them, right? So go talk to the customers, also get their feedback as to, do you think, is this all you want, or you want something more? Or you want us to make some changes so that it's more suited to your needs? Okay? And of course, the pricing. When you present to a customer, you have to price it properly. For example, let me hear, how much money do you think you will be willing to pay to take a trip to Mars?
More than enough.
More than enough? Give me a number. Let's say you had, let's say all of you had a lot of money, okay? And let's put a number. All of you had $5 million each, okay? Each of one of you. How much of that $5 million are you willing to pay to take a round trip to Mars?
1 million.
1 million? 1 million?
$2.
1 million? 3 million? Somebody said 3 million.
If I die, then what?
3 million?
Going there.
What's that again?
None of them will go there. Spend $3 million. If I had $5 million.
Why won't they go for 3 million?
Billions of dollars.
Okay. Yes, how much will you pay? 500,000. Okay. So, by the way, 500,000 is an interesting number because you guys know Elon Musk, right? I talked about that guy
Tesla
in the
guy.
beginning, the Tesla guy,
SpaceX
right?
guy.
So his project is that before he dies, he wants to make the cost of going to Mars to $500,000. That's his target. Okay, a very forward-thinking idea. Not possible today, but that's what his biggest goal is today. He wants to make the cost of going to Mars to $500,000. Now, the reason I ask this question is because if you build a certain app or a product and you sell it at an outrageous price because you think you deserve it. Oh, I put my heart and soul in it. I deserve to get $20,000 for this app, right? Is it going to work that way? Or do you have to understand the market?
You have to understand the market.
Understand the market. And you have to price the product appropriately. So when you go to your customer, you have to go with the right price. Yes, you have a comment?
Yeah, so when you were saying the trip to Mars, so if really someone had done it and they were like rational and they wanted some money and profit, and the good thing to do is like give a very low price so that people will come and see it's a good deal and many people will come and they get more money as well as many people would like to come in.
Okay, so he's talking about an aspect of marketing called promotion, right? If you have lived in America, which is a very consumeristic society, there's a lot on sale here, right? You will keep seeing these promotions, deals, that hey, I'm giving you a big discount. So he's suggesting that you could, in the beginning, you could run a promotion which will ask for a lower price. And once the customers start liking the product, eventually over the course of the time, you raise the prices of the product, right? That's one of a good marketing strategy. But remember, promotion does not always work. So you have to understand what segment you're targeting, and does a promotion like that work in your segment? Many times what happens is, once customers get used to paying a low price, they resist the price increase, right? So if your product's so good that you are certain, the customer is certain to get really, really hooked onto your product, then yes, it might work. But if your product is on the margin that, hey, they might use it while the prices are low, but once you hike it, they will just drop out and go to a competitor, right? So you have to analyze that carefully. You just cannot do it blindly for all the products. So you have to be careful how you promote your product. So that was the customer's aspect of it. If you are pitching yourself to an investor, so these are the things you want to look at. First thing I said, the dollar amount, right? A lot of investors are interested in what's in it for me in terms of money. Am I going to make money off your product or business or not, right? So understand your audience. Find out who your audience is. Maybe it's a guy, one of the VCs is a guy who wants to make a lot of money off the new ideas and new entrepreneurs. So show him the money numbers more, right? Or highlight the money numbers. Long-term growth. Some people, their desires are to not just make money, but to make long-term companies like GE, IBM, right? Some people believe in a long-term brand. Like in India, there's a company called Tata, right? How many of you have heard of Tata? Tata? Okay. So Tata is a very big company. It has a lot of different branches.
It's like Costco.
It's like a conglomerate, right? And Tata, yes, your comment?
Tata from BCS, Tata
that's one branch of it. So one branch of Tata is Tata Consultancy Services. That's the software consultancy branch of Tata. Tata has steel plants, it has cars, it has a lot of stuff, right? So, and then you have GE, IBM, these are long-term brands, you know, they have been continuing for a long time. And there are a lot of investors who are looking to create such everlasting brands because what they want to leave is a legacy behind. They're not interested in quick cash. What they want is a legacy so that, you know, even when they're gone, people will remember them as, oh, these are the guys who invested in a company like Tata. Okay? That's the kind of people who are also on the VC side. So you have to understand, as I said, understand your audience. Give them a little bit of what they want if you want to grab their attention. Again, what I'm saying is, you know, don't project what you are not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying amongst all your positives, highlight the positive which is most appropriate for your audience. Don't lie. Don't say things which, you know, are not going to happen or you don't believe in. Okay? We have to be very careful. What I'm saying is, amongst all your positives, highlight the ones which are relevant to your audience. Okay? Okay. Some investors like to know about the risk and the competition. These I call the wary investors. They are conservative. Conservative means that they're not just going to put their money on anything which comes their way. They're very conservative, fussy, picky. They want to make sure that there's less risk in this venture. A little bit, I mean, every venture has a risk, but more on the less risk side. So if you're presenting to a conservative or a wary investor, you make sure that you sound realistic. Don't sound unrealistic. Don't give them unrealistic numbers, you know, which is hard to believe because these are wary investors. They will take your numbers and they will create their own numbers in their head based on what you are projecting. Okay? So, depending on the kind of investors, you do these little, you know, pick and choose from your strengths to highlight. Of course, team. A lot of people don't believe much in the idea at all. They just care about who's involved, right? Oh, are these the Google guys, or is this the Stanford PhD, or, you know, who are the people who are involved, right? If you have investors like that, get the right co-founders who have a brand name, right? It might not apply for your venture right now, but in future, once you guys, you know, are adults and, you know, you guys have different sorts of partners, you can highlight the people who have some brand names associated with them. Maybe one of your founders had already founded a company which did really well. Or maybe you can just get a founder or partner with a founder who has done well in the past so that you add some brand name to your campaign. Okay? It's kind of like that, you know. Everyone knows that right now something called presidential primaries are going on.
Yeah.
How many of you know presidential primaries are going on?
You know Donald Trump.
Okay, all right. So, you know, in the end, everything is sort of a people's business, right? Ideas, products, people are buying them, people are investing money, everything is people's business, right? So, oftentimes it happens that whoever is investing in your idea wants to see the right set of people, right? Just like if I'm a presidential candidate, I would, you know, say, hey, this is my vice presidential candidate, okay? Because if people are not 100% convinced with me, if I bring in this vice presidential candidate who is good at what I'm not good at, then we make a solid brand name. Okay, hey, this is my vice president. He's, you know, done budget reforms and whatnot. So people are more likely to vote for you because they think that you have a brand, you have a full team. Similarly, later in life, when you are presenting before VC who's very interested in the brand names, who are the people involved, what are the names, what have they done in the past, you can always get the right people on your team. You can, by incentivizing them, everyone needs an incentive, you bring the right people with the right brand names, right? Somebody who has been an entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur, or somebody who has a brand name of a good elite school and stuff like that, okay? Not necessary, I'm just saying you have to understand your audience, and based on that, take some of these actions. And of course, the impact. And I talked about it. Some investors care about the social impact. They don't care about the dollar amount. They don't care how much money this is going to make. They want to see how many people will be helped, right? So let's say if your company is a medical company which is going to create a new vaccine, right? It might not make money, but if there is somebody on the VC panel who is very, very a firm believer in helping people through medicine, you will get the money for your company because he doesn't care about the dollars and cents. He cares about the impact. Okay? All right. And what do you do for attracting good talent, co-partners, for co-founders, employees? When you present your company to get good talent, these are the things you want to look at. You know, these are the things you want to present. Some guys are moved by the mission and the passion, right? So attract them on the mission and the passion what you bring to the table. That, hey, I'm planning very good things about my company and I want you to be on my team. As I said, some people care about the money. So you present to them the equity and the compensation. You know, how much percentage are you willing to give to your co-founder or your partner? Or what sort of salary structure are you going to offer? Okay? You can talk about culture. Some people just care about the culture. For example, a lot of people don't like the traditional 9-to-5 job. They think that it's not very good for creativity. You know, I feel like, you know, I just go to an office desk and sit in front of a desk. That's not the kind of job I like. And if there are lots of brilliant people who believe in that, you have to attract them as well. How do you attract them? You give them a good culture. You tell them, you don't have to be at your desk from 9 to 5. Work from wherever you want to work from. You know, work from your beach, work from your, you know, farmhouse. Doesn't matter. I'm giving you creative freedom. Do it from where you want to do. It's just that we have certain deadlines. You have to meet those deadlines. No matter where you do it from, when you do it, I don't care. You sleep during the day, work in the night, your call. Right? Or work from a different country. You're traveling a country but working, whatever. Some people look for culture. So highlight your culture. Okay? See, these bullet points are important for you guys to know because when you are creating a presentation, you know, you might get stuck with one way of thinking. When you're writing the presentation or creating your slides, you might just think, oh, you know, I have to show that this is a very profitable company. And your whole presentation might just look like that. If you remember, what are the points I need to think about based on the audience? So these are the bullet points for you to reference from. Okay, hey, is there going to be someone who will be looking at the work culture? Probably. Then okay, let me add elements of culture in my presentation. And again, many people who are looking to be your partners or your employees will look for impact. There are always such people who don't care so much about dollars and cents. You pay them above average, but they care more about what kind of work you're doing. Okay? So these are the points you have to think about. I think I'm almost done, and time's up as well. So if you guys want, I can go over the template, but I would first tell you what the homework is so that nobody misses this time around. Everybody gets their job done. So the homework is here. You have to go back and finish your pitch slides. Okay, remember, next Sunday, there's no class because of spring break. And the Sunday after that is a session on app building, right? So essentially what that means is we will be not covering aspects of business in the next 2 weeks, right? And then the week after that is your practice pitch. What does that mean? That means that you have 3 weeks of time to be ready with your pitch. And you have to present your pitch over here. Okay? So, please, if you haven't started working yet, work on your pitches. Pitches are nothing but about roughly 10 slides of 10 different aspects of a business plan, and it will be 10 minutes long. No longer than 10 minutes. Okay? So coordinate with your team members. If you have a 5-member team, you can split into, hey, I'm going to 2 slides each, 2 slides, 2 slides, 2 slides. Or even better,
How many slides are there?
10. 10. There are 10 topics, each topic with 1 slide. And the template is here. Template is here. As I showed, this is where the template is. Okay? So you go to this link, access the template, and make the slide based on this template. 10 slides with your ideas. What I would recommend is that the kids should get together at some point in time. The parents should facilitate that. The parent coaches should facilitate that. You have to start meeting outside as well. Outside of these 1-hour class windows. 1 hour is not enough to be an entrepreneur, right? At least I'm glad you guys are making out this time, but if you're really serious about being an entrepreneur, you have to invest more time, right? If you could have become an entrepreneur just investing 1 hour each Sunday, everybody would have been an entrepreneur, right? It's a very valuable thing you guys are doing. A lot of people are not even doing this, right? At least you guys are putting that 1 hour a week. But to be really successful, you have to put hours beyond the 1 hour a Sunday. So you have to come up with your slides, okay? Look at the template. Google successful business plan slides, successful pitches. Internet has a lot of information if you want something beyond what I have taught you over the course of the last 6 sessions. There's plenty of information. You can do all that, but come up with the slides. Unless you write it down, things don't stick. It just washes off, right? Like all the other concepts got washed off, right? So put your slides in writing. Make it graphically appealing if you could, because at some point in time when you present it to a VC, it is nice to have some graphics, but it's not compulsory. If you could make graphics, good. If not, it's fine as well. Yes, Palak, you have a
Does it
question?
have to be really professional, or can it just be like really funny but as long as it meets the point?
You could be funny. There's no problem with that. But it has to convey the point without offending people, right? Funny without being offensive. Okay? It should not offend the audience, for example. Okay? You can be funny without being offensive. Okay, so the other aspect that I want to talk about was, if you haven't entered your idea yet, go enter it, because unless the idea is in the system, we cannot even have you present in front of the VCs. It has to go into the system. Okay? And another homework for the parents, coaches, mentors, if you haven't signed up yet, please sign up on the sheet at the back, or sign up online. There's also a link on the Facebook page where you can sign up. If you don't want to sign up on the sheet, please sign up. And I sent out a list of teams to the parents. Please put your name against them. Or children, ask your parents to sign their name against your team name, so that you can choose your own coach. Okay? Either way it's fine, but each team needs to have a coach. Yes, your question. You have to enter in the website. Whoever gave the papers, I have actually a few papers. The teams were not present in the last class. I will return the papers so that you can go back and feed it into the system. Yes?
Can you keep these?
Yes, you can keep those. But make sure you enter it as well. Okay? You can keep those. Okay, so I have few teams who did not show up the last time around. So I'm going to call out their names, and they can collect their idea sheets so that they can go and enter it online. Pavitra, Akila, and Anushka. Is this team here? Pavitra, Akila, Anushka. Okay, so that's the team. One more. Rahul, Chika, Rahul, Rajiv, Gautam, Manu, Sri Vishnu, and Achyutam. There? Okay. So both the teams are here. I think that these are the only two teams which did not show up last time around. This is yours. Please enter it online if you haven't entered yet. This is for you guys. Please enter it online if you haven't yet. Okay, so any more questions on this? How we are going to proceed? Everyone understands, right? What are we doing? What's the next step? And how to get to the pitch session? Yeah.
If we change our idea, turn in another form.
Yes, if you change your idea, please turn in another form, and I will combine them together, or take the one which was submitted at the end. Okay? So I think we are out of time, but if someone here has done some work and they would like to present their work, they are welcome to come out and present some aspects of the business plan. Okay? One candidate. Is there anybody else who has done some work and they want to present? That's it? Okay, come. Did you get your slides?
No, but I actually shared them.
Okay.
No, they're not like this.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so somebody has done some work, and I'm sharing their slide here. Can we turn off these lights on the front? Okay, so can the team members come here? Are the team members here? All the 5 team members?
No, only
2 showed up today? Okay, that's fine. So I think this is not completely refined because your slide should not look this theoretical. It's got a lot of long sentences. So eventually it will be refined and it should become more like graphics and bullet points. Okay? And if you look at the template which I've provided, it will tell you what should be the size of the bullet points and how many slides, what's the total number of minutes. I've already told you 10 minutes, 10 slides, and just to throw the number at you, the font size should be 30. Okay? 30. So really big font sizes. Okay? We don't want, for each of your slides, don't put a lot of small fonts. Okay? Because we want to hold the attention of the audience. Okay? So for example, this one, I can read out what it says. It says, a website and app which helps elementary school kids with studies, projects, tests, and other stuff. We also have math and reading tests. There will be before that they have to enter their first name as a username and their first 2 letters from the first name and the first 3 letters of the last name. So it's very detailed. You don't need so much details in your slides. It's more of a document at this point in time. This has to be refined. But at least, some team is doing some work. So they define the problem. They have a solution. They have a business model. They have a marketing strategy. And they talk about competition.
not finished yet.
Okay, not finished yet. But I want you guys to give a round of applause to the children who are already, putting an effort. This needs a lot of work yet, but at least there is a start there. Okay? Anyone else has done any work? No?
Oh, wait, what?
Okay, yes.
We finished our presentation, but we kind of like, we're not sure if the idea is good or not, so we might change it.
You might change the idea. Okay. So, taking this as a template for now, does anyone want to go and go over these topics? Our idea, problem, solution, business model, marketing, competition. And you can use this as a template and just talk about your business plan. Yes.
Yeah, we can do that.
You can do that? Okay. So let's have an example. Oh, all right. Come on, guys. That's fine. That's fine. Give it a shot. You have to be. You don't have to have inhibitions. Just give it a shot. More practice is better. Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, we're doing?
What you're doing is you're presenting the aspects of your business plan off the top of your head.
Okay.
You don't have slides right now, but you just say whatever comes to your mind when it comes to these topics. Okay.
Okay.
So starting with, let's say,
What's your business name?
our idea. Okay.
My doc.
Okay.
So our idea is my doc, and it's our idea is that it's an app which you put in your symptoms and your location. If you're feeling something abnormal from your normal life, like you're feeling an irritation in your stomach or something, and so the app can like let you know these are the possible things at your location. These are the possible infections or viruses or diseases that you might have, and then it can let you know whether it's necessary to go to like a doctor's office. You don't have to schedule and waste your time going to a doctor.
Okay. So good. What's the problem? What's the problem you're trying to solve? Is there a problem?
Yes, there is. The problem is that a lot of people they don't want to just go to the doctors and spend a lot of money on like an injection and like the doctor's telling them, oh, you have the flu. Well, this website, what it basically does is it tells what kind of infection or disease or virus you have, and then it counteracts with like special types of like, I don't know, healthy food, healthy medicines, and special type and specialists that can help you
Okay.
with stuff.
All right. So who's gonna say a little bit about the solution in the sense, what is it? Is it going to be a website? What's the solution here?
So basically what we're doing is, right now we're working on building a website. We're also going to make this into an app. But basically it's just to save time. So the internet is available to almost everyone. Might as well use it.
Okay, very good. All right. Let's see. What's the business model? Who remembers the business model? Business model is how are you going to make money off this app?
Well, everyone can use it as long as they have like a mobile device that they can use. Everyone can buy this app, and they can use it. And
So
yeah, it's called My Doc.
will you sell this app for some money, or will you provide it free with some advertisement?
It will probably be provided free, and then there would be probably advertisements, and also to be available to doctors to like communicate with their patients.
Doctors to communicate with their patients. How is that going to
Like
work?
medical offices, like hospitals can advertise on this.
So
Okay.
we also thought that basically it would be kind of like, you know how some apps have a basic function, and then you can add a premium feature on. So it would be kind of, the basic would be that you could have, you could look up your symptoms and see whatever disease or whatever you have. And a premium function of that would be that you could contact a specialist in your area,
Okay.
and you have to pay for that.
Okay, awesome. All right. There are more topics, so you guys have to. Yeah, there's a question there. There you go.
Yeah.
Why would somebody use this? Why did
To save money.
Time.
Yeah, the doctor takes so much money and time.
Like if you
for
call a nurse
insurance.
line, they take like half an hour.
Yeah, and this just tells you enter in your symptoms like, oh, I have a headache and I have a runny nose. And then they'll say, oh, you have the cold. You have the common cold. Here, you should have soup and this medicine. So you save time and you save effort. And it tells you if you should go to a doctor's appointment, if it's like really necessary or not.
Okay. So one of the members hasn't gotten a return yet. Okay? Bridget, do you have a marketing strategy? Do you guys know how you're gonna reach the customers?
Meetings?
We're just gonna do advertisement.
Advertisement. What kinds of advertisement? Just make something up as you go. What can you think about advertisement? Anything.
Radio.
Okay. Some ideas. TV, radio, print.
TV,